In April 1912, the Titanic leaves Southampton on her maiden voyage. The departure is tense. A coal strike has left more ships than usual in port, making the maneuver dangerous. As Titanic's massive propellers churn, they create a suction so powerful it nearly drags the nearby liner New York into her path. A collision is narrowly avoided by less than a meter, but the incident unsettles many who witness it. Some later remember it as an ominous sign. All eyes turn to Captain Edward Smith, the celebrated Commodore of the White Star Line. Revered by passengers and widely regarded as one of the most experienced captains on the Atlantic, Smith is near the end of his career. But critics recall that under his command, Titanic's sister ship Olympic had collided with a naval cruiser not long before. At 69, Smith faces questions about whether anyone, himself included, truly knows how to handle ships of Titanic's unprecedented size. Beneath the glamour lies another, less visible danger, a coal fire smoldering in one of the bunkers before Titanic even set sail. The ongoing coal shortage had forced White Star to buy hastily loaded supplies from other ships. Poor quality coal was known to self-ignite, and despite efforts to contain the fire, it burned until April 13th, just one day before the tragedy. On the morning of April 14th, passengers awakened to calm seas in the mid-Atlantic. Titanic carries more than 2,200 people, wealthy first-class travelers enjoying amenities like a swimming pool, gymnasium, Turkish baths, and elegant restaurants alongside hundreds of immigrants in third class hoping for a new life in America. Nearly 900 crew members operate the ship, keeping the voyage running smoothly. Captain Smith gradually increases speed each day, eager to showcase Titanic's power. Some passengers even place bets on her early arrival in New York. Spirits are high, but the ship is unknowingly racing toward disaster. Throughout the day, wireless operators Jack Phillips and Harold Bride receive iceberg warnings from other ships. But as employees of the Marconi Company, not White Star, their priority is sending passenger telegrams and financial messages. Several warnings, including crucial alerts from the Mesaba and the Californian, never reach the bridge. That night, Smith is aware of ice in the area, but follows common practice of the time. He keeps speed, believing it safer to pass through quickly. By late evening, the sea is unnervingly calm. The stillness, instead of helping, makes it harder to spot icebergs. Without waves breaking at their base, they blend into the night. In the crow's nest, lookouts strain their eyes. At 11:39 p.m., lookout Frederick Fleet finally sees it, a dark shape looming ahead. He strikes the warning bell and telephones the bridge. "Iceberg, right ahead." First Officer Murdoch reacts instantly, ordering the helm hard to port, and the engines stopped. But Titanic is massive, her rudder small, and the delay is fatal. The ship turns, just not fast enough. The collision is brief, but devastating. The iceberg scrapes along the starboard side, buckling steel plates and popping rivets. Water surges into 5 forward compartments. Titanic was designed to survive flooding in 4, but not 5. Designer Thomas Andrews inspects the damage and delivers the verdict. The ship will sink within 2 hours. At first, many struggle to believe it. Titanic looks steady. Lights shine, the orchestra plays, and some passengers even gather ice for games. But by midnight, Captain Smith gives the order to prepare lifeboats. It is a grim moment. Titanic carries only 20 boats, enough for barely half on board. Regulations required no more, but the shortage will soon prove catastrophic. Distress calls go out. First CQD, then the new code SOS. The Carpathia responds, but she is over 90 kilometers away and will take hours to arrive. Nearby, the Californian sees Titanic's rockets, but does not respond in time. Convincing passengers to board lifeboats is difficult. Many believe evacuation unnecessary, and the first boats leave half empty. Others, particularly in third class, struggle to even reach the deck through confusing passageways. Though contrary to legend, the gates weren't locked, Language barriers, flooding corridors, and families burdened with belongings slow their escape. As water pours in, panic spreads. Officers enforce women and children first. Second Officer Charles Lightoller applies the rules so rigidly that some boats launch with empty seats rather than carry men. Heroic and tragic scenes unfold. Ida and Isidore Strauss refuse to be separated. Crew and steerage passengers are left behind, and some boats are dangerously overloaded in the final moments. By 2:10 a.m., Titanic's bow is swallowed by the Atlantic, her stern rising high above the water. The immense strain splits the ship in two. The forward section sinks swiftly, the stern lingers upright before plunging like an elevator into the depths. At 2:20 a.m., Titanic disappears completely. More than 1,500 people are left in the freezing water. Few survive longer than 20 minutes. Hours later, Carpathia arrives to rescue those in lifeboats. Only 705 are saved. Captain Smith, Thomas Andrews, and wireless operator Jack Phillips perish among the many. The world is shocked. The unsinkable ship has sunk on her very first voyage, becoming the first great technological disaster of the modern era. The tragedy spurs sweeping reforms. Ships must now carry lifeboats for all aboard, and radios must be manned around the clock. Ironically, experts later conclude that Titanic might have survived had she struck the iceberg head-on. Her reinforced bow and collision bulkhead could have limited the flooding. Murdoch's instinctive decision to swerve sealed her fate. Today, the wreck lies slowly disintegrating on the ocean floor, home to strange new species of bacteria. Yet Titanic's story endures, not only as a maritime tragedy, but as a timeless lesson in hubris, heroism, and human fragility.